go across to the guests joining us. Priyanka is from the BJP, Riju Dutta from the TMC. I'm also joined by Deshratan Nigam, who's a lawyer and political analyst, leans towards the BJP. And Shahid Ali, president of the United Muslims Front, will be with us in just a bit. Priyanka, I want to understand from you first. It's not just the BJP. I've read that even the left parties have opposed this move by Mamata Banerjee government. But can you please enlist to me, why do you have a problem with this? One, this is not a new move. Only a hike has been given. And that hike is equal to both the Muslim clerics and also to the Hindu pundits. Priyanka, could you hear my question?
Yeah, I could hear you. I could hear you well.
Yes.
See, the issue is not what Mamata Banerjee has said regarding the to the money which they are offering to the clerics, whether it is mostly the Hindus. The issue is, look, she's saying so. See, in the past, her appeasement is so very visible. But again, if you've just heard what Mamata Banerjee said, she said she would be providing loans to any, people or any young boys and girls coming from minority. Now the question arises, why only minority? Why this favor is being given only to the minorities? Why don't you talk at length for the people of Bengal? The very simple reason which has already been spoken about you is the current elections which were held at the Sagar Dighi and to a bad loss which happened to TMC, and they lost there badly. Now they were counting on all their votes to one particular community. Now here is the issue. They very well understand that the 34% on whom they were counting, or calling them as the Dudhel Guru or the milking cows, have now they refrain from voting for them. That is the reason all this is now coming out. See, she is saying on the one hand that this government has become bankrupt. They do not have money. They do not have money to give to the students. They do not have money to give it to the teachers who are sitting on the streets from, more than 2 years now. But here they have money to offer just before the Lok Sabha elections. Now, where is this money coming from? That is the big question. And why such appeasement?
Okay,
why
on the issue of appeasement.
Because the clarity is in the 34% vote.
On the issue of appeasement, let me bring in Riju Dutta. Now, Riju Dutta, it is, I think, fair to say that if a BJP government was to give a higher stipend to just Hindu priests and not the Muslim clerics, or as some governments do, just to Hindu priests and not even bother about the others who also, don't survive on a lot of money, then you would also accuse them of communalism or appeasement. Then how is this not appeasement by the West Bengal government?
Shivani, the crux of the matter is Mamata Banerjee is the Chief Minister of Bengal, not Chief Minister of one particular community. I understand this is something that BJP will find it very difficult to understand because they appease to one particular community. Now, we are having this debate because Mamata Banerjee has increased the dole-out grant of 500 rupees extra to Imams as well as Purohits. Why we never have debates when Mamata Banerjee is building a Jagannath temple in Puri? Why we never have a debate when Mamata Banerjee gives free land for ISKCON to build a temple? Why don't we ever have a debate when today Mamata Banerjee, all the Durga Puja clubs, the clubs that do the Durga Puja, which is now tagged by the UNESCO as well, we have got a heritage tag, is giving 70,000 per club? Why not? And now let me go down to even further, the brass tacks. Panchayat election, Bengal Trinamool Congress have got 51% vote share. That means the Hindus also did not vote for BJP, they vote for Trinamool Congress. In Vidhan Sabha, the total vote percentage that Trinamool Congress has got was 48%. The bottom line is we follow the constitution. Mamata Banerjee is the Chief Minister of Bengal. All her social initiatives, from Kanyasri, which is recognized by the UN, to Shobut Shati, to Lokhisri, to everything, is irrespective of religion. I'm saying it on your TV. BJP, Congress, and even CPM Karyakartas take advantage of those schemes. We have never stopped anyone from that.
Okay, but can I just quickly ask you a counter question? I'll give Priyanka an opportunity one more time. Shahid Ali is with us. Yes, Priyanka, you want to say something?
TMC, they are all in the same team. So it's no. Yes, that is what I'm saying. My friend Riju Dutta was speaking about the Congress and the TMC and the CPM. Well, they are all the names of one single team. So there's no point speaking about all three parties differently. Now, what he is saying, see what Mamata Banerjee has done for the Hindus, this temple, that temple, you will very much understand from the crux of this matter that even the Hindus' temples such as Dakshineshwar and Tarkeshwar are being headed by whom? By Bobby Hakeem. So you can very well understand the appeasement which Mamata Banerjee practices.
No, so what happened? The Constitution of India, I understand it's a tough subject. It is a tough subject for BJP. But the Constitution of India still today says India is a secular state. So what? So what,
That
Shivani?
is
What
I'm
is this
saying.
kind
The
of?
entire
Okay,
So
I
you are
think,
running.
okay, let me come in. Let me come in.
Of
No, no,
taking
I'll
care
come.
of the
This is
targets to a temple.
One second, I'll just come in. I think there is a
BJP
fundamental
or-
issue, Riju. There's a fundamental issue, Riju, that there is one community, and this is not just in context of imams getting stipends or who's going to be in charge of a particular religious organization or temple. The issue is that one particular minority, because it votes en masse, continues to get catered to disproportionately by various state governments, has happened in the past and is today. And I'm looking at it as a larger view. Now you said, what's the problem if a Muslim minister looks after a temple? But the problem is that the opposite is never true. The opposite never happens, where you would make a Hindu in charge of the Waqf board, for example. That's the problem.
Shivani, you are one of the reputed journalists of this country. I have just given you numbers. Numbers don't lie. 51% of Bengal voted for TMC.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that. I'll come to the voting part separately. But you said, what is the problem?
What I'm trying,
One second, one second. One second, listen to my point. Listen to my point. I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you an opportunity. One second, Priyanka, please, let's not speak over each other. Priyanka, let's not speak over each other.
What you're doing for Bengal.
One second. Riju, the point you raised was, well, what is the point if Bobby Hakim is in charge of the temples? My point, my counter to that was, you said, what's the problem? The problem is that no Hindu is allowed to be in charge of the Waqf board. Then it is equitable. Otherwise, it's special treatment.
The issue with the country now is the way from the Prime Minister to the ruling party, the way they have decided the narrative for the entire country, even on your channel.
No, it's not about narrative alone. I asked you a very specific question, Riju. Why are you making it about narrative now? Come on.
No.
Let's be fair.
Can I finish? The basic debate we are having is anti-constitutional. Because the
Constitution is secular.
Till now says, no. The Constitution till this debate that we are having now is that India is a secular country.
Yes.
So as long as somebody is working for the benefit of a particular temple or mosque or whatever, it is irrespective of religion he comes from.
Yeah, but would you make a Hindu in charge of a Waqf board in your state? In fact, by law, it is not mandated for a Hindu to be in charge of the Waqf board. It's the duplicity that someone is talking about, whether the Constitution mandates it or not. But anyway, first, one second. The fundamental issue we're debating is whether it is good. One second. The fundamental issue we're debating is, can just lower his audio. The fundamental issue we're debating is whether it is the right practice in a country like India, where parties tout that we are secular, to either favor religious clerics from one community by giving them higher stipends or only giving them stipends in the name of minorities. Frankly, the Constitution does not allow you to target benefits in the name of religion. That's also what the Constitution says.